Hey, what's going on? MB Trucker 68 here again. How you guys doing tonight? Alright, y'all. I'm about to start another series of videos. This one is going to be Broke Truck Driver, from Broke Truck Driver to Wealth. This what this series is going to be called. And this one's going to go for a while because right now, I'm broke. I'm broke as a joke. So most videos, people tell you when they're already made it. I'm telling you when I'm not there yet. You guys are gonna be on my journey to make it. So, I don't think I've seen a video like that yet. Or a series. So I'm gonna do opposite. Going from broke to something. Today, I'm broke. And what I mean for me, my definition of broke is that I have to keep going out there to make money. That's what I consider being broke. When I say from broke to wealth. Now, when you're wealthy, you have money. When you go to sleep today, tomorrow you wake up with more money. That's wealth. You don't have to do anything. And that money is going to come in whether you work or not. That's what wealth is. So that's what I mean, going from a broke truck driver to a wealthy one. And so with that being, now you know what I mean by that. And I'm gonna have to say it in all my videos because people go, this series is gonna go. This could go on for years. I don't know when the wealth is gonna come. I don't know. That's what the magic about this. But what I do know, and I will tell you, is that as long as God give me breath and life, I will be wealthy one day. I can tell you that. Now, I didn't say be rich. I said be wealthy. I'd rather be wealthy than rich. So this is series going to be working on wealth. What am I doing to be wealthy? And what I'm doing, once again, I'm broke right now. I'm no different from you and nobody else. Anybody can be wealthy with one. And I'm not telling you to do what I'm doing, because remember, right now I'm broke. I'm still trying to figure it out. So during this process, I'm gonna make mistakes and will make mistakes. Now I have been making mistakes now for the last probably 20 years, by the way, because this ain't the first time I've been trying. But that's the difference between a person that's successful and unsuccessful. They keep a successful person, all these rich people out there, or wealthy people, let me rephrase that, every time they fail, they learn from it and they kept going. They fail, learn from it and kept going. Fail, learn from it and kept going. That's the difference between the wealthy and the broke. They trying to do things, and if they make a mistake, they don't look at a mistake as being bad. That's why I tell my son now, my 10-year-old, he's in school. He come home, say he messed something or whatever, he get a bad grade. I said, no, don't feel bad about a bad grade. Doing bad failure is not bad, but you have to learn from it. Just remember, so if you come home, you messed up in your spelling test, this is me telling my son, okay, why'd you mess up? You didn't study hard enough. All right, let's make this right. So that's the same thing just with life in general. And that's what I'm doing. So now, getting back to, this thing, you just got to do things different. And, I'm going to give you a little story. I used to rent a house from I used to rent a house when I used to live in Oxnard, California. And the guy renting the house from, his name was Rick. And one day I said, hey, Rick, how do you have all this stuff? And by the way, guy, this was a long time ago. He told me, but it didn't resonate at the time. So he told me that. He said, hey, Marlon, I'm going to tell you. He said, whatever I tell you, don't be offensive by anything. He said, most people like yourself, and when I mean like yourself, lower class and poor people, you guys can't have things that I have because You guys not willing to give up things because most of you guys' asset is on your ASS. And you know what that means? That's where your assets resides. So if your assets is there, you're never gonna be, you're never gonna have things like this because you're always gonna be broke. He says, me and my wife, we shopped at the Goodwill, Salvation Army, all the secondhand stores. Are you willing to do things like that to be wealthy? I mean, just think about it. Think about a lot of billionaires. If you see a billionaire, like what's the guy's name? I forgot. I can't think of it. Anyway, but I'm not gonna say billionaires. As the guy that owned the Atlanta Hawks, I can't think of his name right now, but it'll come in a second. But anyway, you look at him, you can't tell. I mean, the basketball players, which he's paying, he's paying those players millions of dollars, but he's the billionaire. But you look at him, you can't tell. You look at the basketball players, they got, and when I say they got millions and millions, but remember, that's not wealth what they got. That's why I'm bringing that up. What he got, he has wealth. Remember what I said earlier, whether you work or not, the money gonna come in. Those, them basketball players, all them people that we admire like that, so not all of them, because some of them getting smart, like Magic Johnson, but the ones that 70% of them are broke 5, 6, 7, 10 years after the NBA, NFL, whatever career they're broke. They're working at Starbucks or Jiffy Lube or, Walmart or whatever. So things like that, so that's what I mean. But I think, you look at him, he just have Walmart shoes on and things like that. So you can't tell that he's a billionaire. But anyway, that's what I'm getting at. That's what he told me. But I never forgot what he told me. So now with that being said, I'm trying to, do things different. I got my lifestyle is basic. I have a 1998 Chevy Cavalier. That's what I drive. It's a bucket, beat up, but don't care, but gets me from point A to point B. Because I told myself, this is something I told myself probably like maybe 10 years ago. I want to say 10 years ago that I will never buy another car until I can have an asset to pay for it. And I haven't bought a car, and I'm not going to buy a car until I can have an asset to pay. And when I mean buy a car, I mean you have a car note. Let me rephrase that. I'm not going to have a car note until I can have an asset to pay for it. So meaning, I'm not going to go to work to pay for a car note. And all my friends, family, they know that about me. And that's why I have a beat up car now. But I'm working towards that now. I wasn't really working towards it like I should before. I mean, don't get me wrong, I was, but not like hard like I'm about to start doing now. So I'm about to start working really hard towards that goal now. Because, the car I want, it's quite a bit. But, it's a Lucid Air, and that's a $250,000 car. And I just told you, I'm broke as a joke and wanting a $250,000 car. Whoa, how's that gonna happen? Well, once again, if I tell myself I can't do it, then I won't. So, if you tell yourself, how can I afford it? That allows your mind to think, how can I make this happen? So just, keep that little one thing in mind. But anyway, so that's going to be this series. I'm going to have a lot to talk about. And right now, YouTube, I'm not monetized yet. Once again, I don't have nothing going on with YouTube right now. You guys can see. Look at my videos. They got, some of them got like 13 views, 10 views. That's all about to change. Because I'm going to start getting paid on YouTube. I got my day job, which is trucking. And now that's another thing. Your day job is okay. But what are you going to do for your wealth? Meaning when you go to sleep. That's what you got to think about. What can I do so when I go to sleep, when I wake up, I can have more money? That is, and I'm telling this to my 22-year-old and my 10-year-old right now. I'm grooming my 10-year-old. He's not gonna be, he's gonna be wealthy when he get older. I can tell you that now. You gotta groom them when they're younger. My parents didn't do that to me, but they didn't know no better. I'm not knocking them for that, by the way, because they just told me what they knew. Sorry about that, guys. My freaking camera cuts me off after some time. I don't know why it does that, but it's doing that. So anyway, I gotta go to the set. It's probably the setting somewhere. So I'm telling my son, my 10-year-old now, about everything I'm telling you guys now, because I wasn't told these things when I was growing up, but my mom and dad, probably most of you guys watching these videos, your mom and dad probably didn't tell you things like that either, because they didn't know no better. They're not gonna give you their own ignorance. That's all, because that's how they gonna tell you what they know. My mom and dad both told me, go to school, go to college, get and work a job. Well, when I was in school, I hated school, so I told myself, I'm not gonna go to school. I'm not gonna go to college, because I just hate school. That's just me. I'm not that finance. I'm not that educated. I'm not that book smart. When it comes to that, I'm dumb. I'm not that freaking smart when it comes to school. So that's why I didn't really want to do school. I remember when I was in high school, in my ex, where was at graduation, and it's like, well, I remember her mom and dad, and I was telling her, you gonna go to college? And they want me to go. I said, no, I'm not gonna do that. Sorry. I know, my girlfriend at the time, she got college bound. She went to college and all that stuff, and which is good. And I'm not telling nobody not to go to school. Don't get it twisted. By all means, if you want to do that and you are college material, by all means, go to college. I'm not knocking it at all. Go. Get all the education you can. That's one thing about being wealthy. You got to get all the education you can. It don't mean it, but what you want it in. I'm getting education now and trying to be wealthy. So, I'm gonna talk about more things about that. But anyway, so this is gonna be part 2 to the video. I think I'm gonna end this one here. This is gonna be my videos for today. So you guys take care. Thanks for watching. There's gonna be a lot more videos to come on broke truck driver, from broke truck driver to wealth. MB Trucker 68. And remember, I'm gonna end my videos like this. Whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, either way, you are absolutely right. Signing off. You guys take care.